Hey there, fellow Americans. In a groundbreaking development that's sending shockwaves through the nation, the Senate has just approved a historic $2,850 monthly increase for Social Security beneficiaries. This is not just another minor adjustment, it's a game-changing boost that could transform the lives of millions of Americans. But before we dive deep into this extraordinary news, if you're interested in staying updated on Social Security changes and financial developments that directly impact your wallet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Your financial future might depend on the information we're about to share. Have you been struggling to make ends meet with your current Social Security benefits? Are you one of the millions of Americans who've watched their purchasing power steadily decline while costs continue to soar? Well, this latest Senate approval might just be the relief you've been waiting for. The new legislation, set to take effect in June 2025, represents one of the most significant increases in Social Security benefits in recent history. Let's break down exactly what this means for you and your loved ones. The $2,850 monthly boost isn't just a random number, it's carefully calculated to address the growing gap between current benefits and the actual cost of living in today's economy. But what's truly remarkable about this increase is how it came to be. After months of intense debate, bipartisan negotiations, and passionate advocacy from various senior rights organizations, the Senate finally reached this historic decision. You might be wondering, why June 2025? The implementation date was strategically chosen to allow proper preparation and system updates within the Social Security Administration. This timeline also gives beneficiaries adequate time to plan for this substantial change in their monthly income. But here's what's crucial to understand: while the start date might seem distant, there are important steps you need to take now to ensure you'll be eligible for the full increase when it kicks in. The impact of this boost cannot be overstated. For many seniors living on fixed incomes, this additional $2,850 per month could mean the difference between merely surviving and truly living. Think about it, that's an extra $34,200 annually. How would such an increase change your life? Would it mean finally being able to afford those medical procedures you've been putting off? Or perhaps it's the ability to help your grandchildren with their education. Maybe it's simply the peace of mind knowing you won't have to choose between buying groceries or filling your prescriptions. But here's something critical you need to understand: this increase isn't automatic for everyone. There are specific eligibility requirements that beneficiaries must meet. The question is, do you know if you qualify? The criteria include factors such as your work history, current benefit status, and other income sources. It's essential to verify your eligibility well before the implementation date to ensure you don't miss out on this significant boost. One of the most fascinating aspects of this legislation is how it's being funded. Unlike previous benefit increases that strained the Social Security Trust Fund, this boost comes with a comprehensive funding strategy. The Senate has implemented various measures to ensure the long-term sustainability of this increase, including adjustments to payroll tax caps and other revenue-generating mechanisms. But what does this mean for current workers and the overall stability of the Social Security system? The answer lies in the careful balance struck between providing necessary support for current beneficiaries while ensuring the system remains viable for future generations. The legislation includes provisions for regular reviews and adjustments based on economic indicators, making it a dynamic rather than static solution. This approach addresses one of the most common criticisms of previous benefit increases: their lack of long-term sustainability. You might be concerned about inflation eating away at this increase over time. It's a valid concern. But here's the good news: the legislation includes built-in cost of living adjustments, COLAs, that will help maintain the real value of this boost over time. These adjustments will be based on more accurate measurements of senior living costs, rather than the traditional Consumer Price Index, CPI, that many experts argue understates the true inflation impact on seniors. But what about Medicare premiums? Won't they just increase and offset this benefit boost? The legislation addresses this concern by including provisions to limit Medicare premium increases for beneficiaries receiving this boost. This protection ensures that the intended impact of the increase isn't diminished by rising healthcare costs, a common problem with previous benefit adjustments. Here's something that might surprise you: the boost isn't just about the money. The legislation includes provisions for enhanced services and support systems for beneficiaries. This includes improved access to financial counseling, healthcare coordination, and other support services. But how can you access these additional benefits? What steps do you need to take to ensure you're taking full advantage of everything this new legislation offers? The answer involves being proactive and staying informed. The the Social Security Administration will be rolling out new resources and information channels to help beneficiaries understand and access these enhanced services. This is where staying connected with reliable information sources becomes crucial. You don't want to miss important announcements or deadlines that could affect your benefits. Let's talk about the broader economic impact of this boost. Have you considered how injecting billions of additional dollars into the hands of seniors will affect local economies? Economic analysts predict significant positive ripple effects, from increased consumer spending to job creation in sectors that cater to senior citizens. This boost isn't just about helping individual beneficiaries, it's about strengthening our entire economic fabric. But here's a crucial point many people overlook: this boost could affect other benefits you might be receiving. If you're currently receiving means-tested benefits like Supplemental Security Income, SSI, or Medicare Extra Help, how will this increase impact your eligibility? The legislation includes provisions to protect vulnerable beneficiaries from losing other essential benefits, but understanding these interactions is vital for maximizing your total benefit package. What about taxes? Will this additional income push you into a higher tax bracket? The legislation addresses this concern by including special tax provisions for this boost. However, it's essential to understand how these provisions work and what steps you might need to take to optimize your tax situation. Have you considered consulting with a tax professional to plan for these changes? The implementation of this boost will be gradual for some beneficiaries, following a tiered approach based on current benefit levels and other factors. This raises an important question: should you take any actions now to position yourself for maximum benefit when the increase takes effect? The answer depends on your individual circumstances, but there are several strategies worth considering. One aspect that's generating significant discussion is how this boost will affect different demographic groups differently. For example, women, who typically receive lower Social Security benefits due to historical wage gaps and career interruptions, stand to gain proportionally more from this flat rate increase. But what about other vulnerable groups? How does this legislation address their specific needs? The boost also includes special provisions for disabled beneficiaries and survivors. These groups often face unique challenges and higher costs, and the legislation recognizes this through targeted support measures. But do you know which category you fall into and what specific provisions apply to your situation? Here's something crucial to consider: how should you adjust your financial planning in light of this upcoming boost? While it might be tempting to start making plans based on this additional income, financial experts recommend maintaining current budgets until the increase actually takes effect. But what steps can you take now to prepare for this significant change in your financial situation? The legislation also addresses some long-standing issues with the Social Security system, including the Windfall Elimination Provision, WEP, and Government Pension Offset, GPO. These changes could affect current and former government employees differently. Are you aware of how these modifications might impact your benefits? Looking ahead, what does this boost mean for the future of Social Security? Some analysts see this as a turning point in how we approach retirement security in America. Could this lead to further reforms and improvements in the system? The legislation includes provisions for ongoing evaluation and potential adjustments, suggesting this might be just the beginning of a broader transformation of our social safety net. As we approach the implementation date, it's crucial to stay informed about any updates or changes to the program. The Social Security Administration will be releasing detailed guidance and resources. But how can you ensure you don't miss any important information? Following reliable news sources and maintaining contact with your local Social Security office are good starting points. Remember, while this boost represents a significant improvement in benefits, it's still important to maintain other retirement savings and income sources. Have you considered how this increase might affect your overall retirement strategy? Should you adjust your investment portfolio or other financial plans in light of this change? The success of this program will largely depend on how well beneficiaries understand and utilize the new benefits and services available to them. This brings us back to the importance of staying informed and engaged with the process. Are you ready to take an active role in maximizing the benefits this historic legislation offers? As we wrap up this discussion of this groundbreaking development, remember that knowledge is power when it comes to your financial security. The more you understand about these changes, the better positioned you'll be to take full advantage of them. Have you taken the first step by subscribing to stay updated on these crucial developments? Don't let important information slip through the cracks. Your financial future might depend on it. Keep in mind that while this boost is significant, it's just one part of a comprehensive retirement strategy. Have you reviewed your overall financial plan lately? Are you prepared to make the most of this increase when it arrives? The time to start planning is now, even though the implementation date is still in the future. The road to this historic legislation was long and complex, but the result is a transformative change in how we support our senior citizens and other Social Security beneficiaries. As we move closer to the implementation date, stay tuned for more detailed information and guidance on how to maximize your benefits under this new system. Your financial future is too important to leave to chance. Stay informed, stay prepared, and most importantly, stay engaged with the process.